show which we have every week. We try to do on a Saturday, but for some reason it always keeps falling on a Sunday. So if it's not on a Saturday, it'll fall onto a Sunday, and I usually tell you that before, as I did because we went to see a train the other day, so I did it on the live. So yes, this is MRWnews. We do it every time at 7 p.m. And then maybe in the winter, we used to do it at 6:30, but it was because of summertime, so we thought we'd change it. We might go back to that, I don't know. But we, at 8 p.m. today, we will cut off, because I know usually we just carry on talking for as long as we like. But we have a very important show coming on, as you all know, which is Goodbuy. Hence the reason why I noticed that Tracy and others have put #Goodbuy inside the comments. And it's all... So if you put #Goodbuy, I really appreciate it. It means the fact of buying something. So just put #good and then buy, meaning the word, buying something. To promote my show with David Harper, which you've already had episode 1, which came out last Sunday at 8 p.m. And tonight we've got episode 2 coming out of Goodbuy, which is going to be so exciting. And I'm all looking forward to you all seeing it. It's had loads of good feedback saying about the fact of what a good show it is and how funny we are together, and it's just really glad about the fact of everybody's really enjoyed watching it, because obviously it's been a lot of work to do, and it's just a really good professional programme that we've done. I'm really happy with it. And we've got loads and loads of interesting news stories today. We've got one about Spice Girls, we've got one about something a man's done with railways and policemen and stuff, something that somebody's done for many years, and I'm not I don't want to give away too much stuff here, so I'm giving limited things, and about something that's about death. So yeah, but yeah, nice. Yeah. Right, so we've got also, I've been noticed, if you noticed this week, obviously we've had loads of videos come out, as we invariably do, but 2 of them have been sort of the stories we will report about ourselves, but we've actually been there and witnessed them and done the reporting instead. So there's been the Emu, which I saw. So I go to this group called Cancer Care, and we just went out go-karting. So we went to go-karting. I didn't do a video on that, I just didn't get good enough footage, so I just didn't bother doing it, because of, obviously I was going around the car, so it just wasn't good enough footage for the day. So I just thought, I've been go-karting before, you've seen that video, so I thought I just won't do that. So we went go-karting, and we came back to Cancer Care. We have this place in Lancaster, and have like this woodland that you drive up, and there's loads of like trees, there's loads going on. And so we were driving up there, and have loads of signs. Elizabeth. Hello, baby. Got some shopping, anything for me? Oh, he's got some juice, so he's bought some juice for me. Go say hello, baby. Tracy's here.
Hi, Tracy.
Oh, say hello.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you're not going to say hello. Don't be so horrible, Billy. Say hi. Billy. Must be the heat. He's not saying hi. It must just be him. Got a haircut the other day, looked like Elvis Presley. But it seems to have gone down.
It's not made him very happy, his haircut.
No. Must have cut out all the enjoyment.
Like Samson with his strength, and he cuts his hair off and he loses his character for a few days.
So we were basically, they have this road, and it has signs on it saying warnings: slow down for hedgehogs, slow down for trolls, slow down for...
Just slow down, really.
Another animal.
Slow down for emus.
What's the other animal?
Rabbits.
Oh, rabbits, yeah. So there's all these signs, and we need to put an emu sign up, really. So we came, and we had this like bus thing. So we came off that, walked up basically, and we heard some rustling, and I was just talking to my friend, and we just carried on basically going up the track, and some people stopped and said, oh, and we were like looking inside the trees, and we were just like, don't know what that is. So we carried on walking up, and we went into the building. We were just sort of messing around, and the people came up, and like staff members and stuff, and said, oh, there's an emu, and I didn't know what an emu was. Probably should do, but I didn't.
I thought you know what an emu was. You've seen them before.
Oh, I've still seen them, I mean, I know much. So I didn't really, say, they were saying, oh, it's a big bird, and they were ringing them, because it wasn't actually inside their land, it was inside the land next door, which was the college. I thought it was a hospital, but it turns out it's a college. So they were inside the college, and there's like this thin fence where it's got like the big gaps in between them like that. So it's a thin fence, but it was there, lucky enough. And it was just there, and they said, oh, they were saying, I said, oh, what's an emu? I said, oh, it's a big bird. It sort of like went like that, and she had a hand here, so I thought it was only that height. I thought it was like those birds that you have.
Pheasant.
No, those birds you have on canals.
Oh, swan.
No.
A duck.
Heron.
Heron.
Heron. So I just thought, well, it's just, heron, that's no interest really, is it? I mean, obviously they're nice, but I mean, not an interest for me to walk all the way downstairs. So I just thought, oh, it's fine. Anyway, they keep going on about it, and then we eventually got bored, so I thought, right, we'll go have a look. So we went down and had a look, and he was gone. So the other person said, oh, show her the picture that they've got, and they had this footage, and to be honest, it was quite bad. and they showed me it, and the head was down, but I could see the animal, and I thought that was like, you know, an ostrich. I thought, oh my god, it's a big bird. So then I got interested once I found out it was a big bird. So we carried on walking down. I saw this massive big bird. I was like, oh my god, there's a really big bird. And so then I had to run back upstairs to get my phone because I didn't have it with me. So I put it back down, got the film, and then we just had, you know, the excitement of it being there.
Oh, it was funny, and
I rang you, didn't I? And you were like, oh, there's an emu.
And so I got there, and Matilda, rightly so, didn't go over the fence, but there was this other man. There was a man there, and he was over the fence.
Well, he was part of the college, so he was just
still, you wouldn't be in the same vicinity as an emu,
he
would
seemed
you?
quite confident.
So I thought, well, you know, you've got.
It was quite funny though, because loads of people were just coming up. Like there was this couple, they were a bit old, and they were like came up, and there was. Like, oh, where's the car park or something? They weren't inside the car though, so I don't know what's happening there. But they were just like, oh yeah, I was just there's just an emu here. And I go, all right, anyway then. And then some people were like, oh, there's an emu, and then they'd have the quick pick, go there for 5 minutes, and then I'd get bored and go. But we were the loyal ones.
So I thought I'll have the guts to climb over the fence, you know, risk it to get the reporting things. I climbed over the fence in with this man, and then I stood behind him, and then it started coming to us, not doing anything. It was just walking, but my heart was just going ba-dum, ba-dum. And I said, you know, they are quite aggressive. Can be quite aggressive. So we were sort of like hid behind this building, but it never did anything. It just potted by. It actually was like we weren't even there. It didn't even acknowledge us.
So then they were calling the police and the RSPCA. So well, they were all talking about who should we call, so everybody was just like calling anybody really, and then. Eventually, a bit later on, these people did actually.
So Neville's just commented. Did you hear where it was from? So what happened was I hadn't rung the RSPCA.
No,
the college had rung the RSPCA and they'd rung the police, or one of them. Anyway, I hadn't. Somebody had rung the college. Somebody had rung the RSPCA and the police. So these two men pulled up. And they were right big lads, and I just turned around without even thinking. I said, oh, you're from the RSPCA? And they go, no, it's our emu. So I said, all right. So I said, what's it doing out? I don't know. He says, have you seen the other one? Well, we were there about an hour, and we never saw one. So apparently there were two emus that were trotting about. Anyway, they tried to then catch it, and it was rotting round. And like I said, when I went up, it was like it was not, you weren't even there, and it was like that with them. It was just not acknowledging them, what they were doing, and I think it was looking for its mate, but eventually they caught it and it went home. Apparently somebody had commented on Facebook that they'd seen them in the field, so they must have a big field that they go in, and they'll be able to, I would have thought, leap quite, even though they're flightless, they'll be able to leap quite a height, won't they?
Well, he was trying to get through the fence, but he just keep poking his head through. He never got there, and then the men tried to lift him over the fence.
So Tracy says, what a shocker. Adrian says, I saw Roy Hull and Emu live when I was a kid. He was very funny. Comment the man says he totally messed up his sentence. Oh, Tracy said about the bells at the Bentham Town Hall. Yeah, I think they're about 8 minutes late now, Tracy. They're going to be getting round to the next hour soon. I've answered Neville's. Where did you hear where they're from? Tracy says yes, they are aggressive. Yeah, they can be. I think these are obvious. Clearly, they've been born in captivity.
Well, I think there was 3 of them. And
although I know they can still be aggressive if they haven't been born in captivity. I know they can still be aggressive, but honestly, it was very calm. Tracy says, can you bring your chairs further up so I can see? Up you go. And Tracy said Rod Hull was brilliant with emu. And Adrian says, good reporter is always in the right place at the right time. That's twice this week, Matilda. Well, that brings us nicely on to our next thing that happened this week. Thank you very much, Adrian.
I just tend to fall onto these things, really. So we did. So basically, we're at our friend's, you've changed your name. What's the name of the place?
Oh, the Old Sea Dog. It's an antiques shop.
I have to change your name.
Yeah, it used to be. Neville will know it. And Tracy probably will. In Morecambe, and it was called the Bay Emporium. And then the council, in their wisdom, decided to compulsory purchase the row because they were going to put a big hotel up there. And apparently, I don't know the full story about it. I'll try and find out, so I won't say anything in case I'm wrong. But something's happened and it's not gone on. So they then moved out of the Bay Emporium and they moved.
And they're going to build a hotel there, weren't they?
Yeah, but I don't know. I'll find the story and tell it properly because I don't want to give false news. I don't know the story. I've only heard gossip. And he's now moved to the Old Sea Dog in Lancaster. But he's got double yellows outside, and you'd think that was worse. But actually, you're allowed, I can't remember the exact minutes, but you're allowed to load on double yellows for a certain amount of minutes. Well, at Morecambe, they had like half an hour parking there, so you couldn't, if you wanted to buy something, you couldn't really get there. Well, it's ideal with double yellows because people just pull up, load the stuff and go. And so he says it's worked out much better, and it does look beautiful, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, they really like the place there. It's a place, it's cobblestone as well. Anyway, we were there, and we were just like, I think it was before we went in there, and we saw this, there was like a really big, like, white vehicle. It was definitely electric. And then and then he had a trailer on, then it was behind it, there was this Beetle, which was yellow, and then it had a trailer on the back, which had a motorbike, and we were officially, no.
We're officially what?
No, what's the word? First of all, we were interested in that, so we went up to have a look at that, right? And then we saw these 4 men.
That's the Beetle. For anybody who hasn't watched the video, but you should watch the video, it's about the second one on.
So there was these 4 men, right?
Obviously don't go off the news to watch
and
it.
We went up to them, and they were really, really clean people, like really, really clean clothes. And so I thought, right, okay, clean, you know, could be many things. And then I picked up American accent, so I thought, oh, Americans just must be cleaner than us. So
it's like she's never seen anybody. She goes, oh, they're clean, so they must be actors. And I'm thinking, well, there's other people that are clean.
No, they were like a different level. They were like pristine. They were a different level. So obviously the penny started dropping, and he had like this wire thing on him, which looked a bit like to do with like camera sound crew, right? So I was like, hang on, right, okay, there's one thing, and then this person came up and had a selfie with another person. Thought, right, celebrity. So me, first of all, I was interested inside the car, so I started filming the car, and then I thought, right, we've got a celebrity here. So to be honest with you, I did not know who they were, but one of them did look a bit familiar though. I didn't know from where though. So I thought, right, what do we do? So we just like started getting footage, and then I thought, oh well, I'll ask him about his car. So I said to one of them, I says, oh, could I ask you a few questions? Well, you actually went up to one of them first, didn't you?
He was really, to say aloof, to say the least. I don't think I've ever seen anybody as rude. So I walked up, I didn't know they were famous at all, didn't have a clue. And I walked up and I said, oh, can I ask you something about your car? And he went, no. he didn't even look at me. He was looking at the car and he didn't even move his head. So I went, oh, right then. I didn't even say, oh no, we're in a real rush, sorry love. He just didn't even look at me, and he went, no. And apparently that was the director or something. So.
Well, I didn't know that at the time. So I basically, I saw the person at photos, and I went to the celebrity. I think there was other celebrities, but that was the original celebrity I thought by what is celebrity, because he was the one who had a photograph. So I went up to him, and I said, can I ask you some questions about your car? And he said no. So and then I heard one of them that stood next to me. I don't know who it was, but I acknowledged the fact he was there. And he says, I think he must have been nice. And he says, oh, it's a bit complicated. So the first thing I thought, well, I like signed or something. I don't know. And then there was another guy who I think was a bit of a celebrity. I think he had bright clothing on. He seemed to just, I don't know, he had a bit more nice presence. But I never went up to him, which I should have done really. But it was all very, you know, fast. Anyway, then they just sort of like drove off, but they were just like straight no, weren't they?
Yeah, but if they'd have been yes, they were looking for a electric power point, and I knew where there was one. Was actually about not far from behind them, so they could have just reversed up the thing and gone. Instead, they ended up going the whole way around town. And I know they're in town for quite a while. I know they had to go around the one-way system because they joined it. So if anybody doesn't know Lancaster, it has a stupid one-way system the whole way around, which is crazy. But so they'd have had to go the whole way around, and then somebody sent me a picture of them driving into McDonald's, which is on the far way out. So they've had quite a travel. When if they'd have just said, oh yeah, have a chat about the car, or if they'd have turned around and said, we'd love to chat, but we are running out of electricity, I would have said, oh, hang on a minute. Or just said that
we can't chat, we're not allowed to.
Yeah, hang on 1 minute, and then I would have said where it was. But Robert says hi from Scotland. A Scottish train fan says hello.
Hello.
Neville says, what level of clean are Linda and me, seeing as you've seen us? Well, I think she means these celebrities are real clean.
Real clean.
Even you and Linda can't, you know, go to this celebrity clean.
We have a friend, but I won't name her just in case. But she's really clean, and we nickname her. She has a name which sort of rhymes with clean, so she has that nickname, but I won't name her just in case. But she, like, even her clean wasn't like on the level of their clean. It was just like clean. It was just like, wow.
Tracy says, isn't you in Scottish? Yes, he is, Tracy.
Yes, I should probably name it. He is Hugh No. I nearly said Hugh Edwards then.
Oh, God. Probably not the best. best thing to come out with.
No.
That we must say at this, we have no connection. That was a slight slip up of Hugh Edwards with Ewan McGregor in any way, shape or form.
No, Hugh Edwards.
Yeah.
No, I know. What's his name? I didn't know
Ewan
him
McGregor,
before.
who has
Hugh
no
McGregor.
connection whatsoever.
Hugh McGregor. Sorry.
Sorry, Ewan. We apologise. It's all right that you were stroppy.
You were stroppy, but yeah. So we might tie you into it. But no, we won't do claims. No.
Oh, Ewan.
You were reading the comments.
Well, you shut up. This one, there was one further up. I think it was what I wanted to ask Carl. What does Ricky Tomlinson clean mean? Is Ricky Tomlinson really clean?
Yeah, but you think, I mean, there was only 4 of them, which you'd think if they were filming, but I don't think they were, because I think there was some comments saying the fact that it was his vehicle. So unless they were just like pottering around, or unless they were doing like a little thing where it's just sort of his reality life, so you know, his life, so they're not too bothered about everything. But it was like no makeup artist or security was or anything, so I don't think they were filming a movie. Or unless they were travelling to the set.
Filming a travel thing. That's what he does. He did one about. I don't follow him, but just from the comments that I got, people have been saying that they did one about 10 years ago where he went round on a bike with another person, but I didn't recognise him either. And I think that's what they were doing. And somebody had got sent a picture of another vehicle and said that he wasn't driving it, but one of the runners was. So they must be filming all over. So that's what I meant to say, and I put it on the thing. If anybody gets any pictures of him, can obviously you send them, and then we will obviously do it on next week's news, and obviously credit you for the pictures. Thank you so much, Adrian, for your £5 as thanks.
You.
So this is a new thing on YouTube. Do you want to say about it?
Yes.
Thank you so much, Adrian. That's really kind of you.
Adrian.
And thanks before Matilda talks. Thank you so much for everybody else that's done it as well. Obviously.
Yes, thank you so much. I mean, super thanks. That's what it's called. Thank you so much. So super thanks is this thing which we discovered from looking at somebody else's channel. I thought, what's that? And I thought it says thanks on it. So I was like, what's this? And it has like the money sign. I was like, So I had a little look at it. And basically what it is you can click on a video, and I didn't know you could do it on live. When I was watching YouTube, like YouTube have their account, it said you can't do it on live, but obviously Adrian's
proved you can.
Adrian's just proved you can, so well done, Adrian. So super thanks is a button that you press and you say thanks, and you can set an amount of how much you want to give. So I think we've set £1.99, £5.
Well, that was the lowest they set, so I never changed it.
Oh.
That's what they set. You can put it up,
they set.
but YouTube set that, and I never changed it.
Well, £9.99. So we've basically what it is it's to support YouTubers. So it's a really good, you know, like scheme, is that the right word? I don't know. Really good thing that YouTube have done. So I think what happens at Super Thanks, and I haven't actually done it, so because obviously it's my account, but if you want to explain it, Adrian, then please do. I think according to the video, you get it. So it shows your like. As it just does then, your comment like is special, so it makes it special, and it also puts you onto a special section where you can press super thanks on the comments. So you have comments like subscribers, newest comments, and it also shows super thank comments. And I don't know whether your super thanks is supposed to go to the top. It says it is, but it doesn't appear to. And then, but I want you to answer this to me and Adrian. It's supposed to do like a big surprise thing, like on your iPod or whatever you're on device. It's supposed to have like loads of like balloons and stuff. I mean, I don't know whether that happens. It's supposed to do that. It's supposed to do loads of balloons and stuff. And yeah, basically, we don't get, I think the money, it's not exactly £5, like if you did it. I think YouTube take a percentage, which I suppose they need to make money. But we do, then it just goes
they
back
all
to
take,
making
buy me,
videos.
every single one, buy me a coffee, every single one takes a percentage. But then if you paid by card and stuff, they take a percentage. They've got to run a business. But at least it's like I was saying to somebody on email, I said, you know, the Facebook, all you get is, promote your advert, promote your thing. I've never paid for Facebook, and I wouldn't. And they keep going on about promoting. At least YouTube are giving something back to you. And obviously the more money she gets, hopefully it will build up so that we can say, right, we've got this money, we're off to film such and such. Rather now you sort of more like when she gets invited, obviously, to film stuff because they're paying the expenses. And things that we're already doing. So it'd be good. It'd be good to. That's what obviously she's got to think of earning a living. It'd be good that you can say, right, we've got these. Thanks, we've got this. Buy you a coffee or whatever. Let's go and spend this money. doing a really good video at such and such.
And also, obviously, I'm a bit more different to everybody else. In fact, I'm also building up my music career, which is, you know, obviously a thing going on. And last week I said about the fact of the special song, which is going to go on a special album, which probably should get on the news soon because we've got to go out at 8. But anyway, special CD which we're planning on doing out, which will have a special song on. That is still going ahead. It's just the song's not done yet. We're still working on that because of it's got to go to the saxophone stage now.
Yes, I didn't send it, so I'm going to do an advert for it and put it on Bandcamp, but only when I've spoken to the CD people. We can actually do it cheaper. We can do it for £20, but there's got to be 20 CDs instead of 10. So it said £25 for 10, but the minimum order they will do is 20. So that's the change of it.
I think there's a few of added things though as well, which would have to also pay. So there's a few added things. Obviously, so the thing is, this idea that we're planning on doing is having CDs where it's a certain amount, so just a set roll, which we were planning on 10, but it might be 20. I don't know. It'll be a set amount which will have a bonus track on, and this bonus track has cost us a lot of money because there's been 2 recordings, which every time we go to a recording costs us £200, so that's £400, and then we've had a saxophonist, and there's been a few other costs as well. So there's been loads of costs on this song, and obviously also time and everything like that, but there's been loads of costs on this song, and obviously I want to produce this song, and it's a very, very exciting song. So what we've decided to do, and that's not even counting music videos and stuff, but anyway, what we're planning on, oh, the moon's out.
What's to come to watch MRWnews?
We
have the moon.
There.
We have 41 people listening and the moon.
Oh, maybe that's why it's come out early.
Yeah, of course it
I
is.
think tomorrow, no, tonight. Apparently, I watched a little video, but I didn't. You know, I just watched a bit of it. But do a bit of research. I know Tracy will be interested in this. It's supposed to be a special shooting star night tonight.
Is it?
Mm.
Oh, well, we might go up the tops.
You're supposed to be loads of shooting stars. I only watched one source, and I just watched very
We'll have to
short.
have a look at that after, or if anybody knows about it,
It's
please
so
do
short.
comment.
It's supposed to be very exciting tonight. Yeah, so we're planning on having a bonus track on this album. We're going to charge a lot more amount because of the plan is basically, if you buy this album, is to go towards my next recording because we're hoping to get an album out for before Christmas this year. Because obviously I've got one album out called Always the Outcast, and we're planning on getting another album out.
And I think we can do it. And Mark says, who helps us, he says that he will manage it if we can get the songs out, which we nearly are done.
We've got another recording next week. And yeah, so we've got a lot of songs that we're planning on recording, but it's just that, so the songs are all there, it's just that you go into a recording studio, and the thing is about recordings, you have between 1 and 5 p.m. to get all this done, right, this recording. You think, oh, you've got all that time. It doesn't work like that. You have chatting, you have setting up, switching mics, it just
You don't chat, do you?
No, you chat. Oh, you chat. Anyway, we're really going to have to start with the news.
Well, I've got to do the comments now.
I do
got
the
behind
comments,
again.
I'm going to really have to start.
Tracy thinks Ewan's a great actor. Carl Legan says from the royal family. Yeah, I know where he's from, but I just wondered why you...
Why is he not part of the royal family? That's what I say, I'm there, right?
I love it. You couldn't make this up. Not Ewan, part of the royal family. There was a programme called The Royal Family, and he was not... Ricky Tomlinson was one of the main parts in it, and they used to sit there on a sofa and chat about they were family chatting. So no, you in it, not the royal family as in King Charles. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Tracy says train spotting.
Yes, I made that little joke inside the thing, didn't we?
Yeah. Adrian says, Tracy, one of the yellow cabbage, you hear you and talk. It's Scottish and it sounds like him, yes?
I just wanted to answer that one, because first of all, people saying, oh, he's Scottish and stuff, and I was thinking, well, it can't be Hugh Edwards, because it...
Trace?
I just said Hugh Edwards.
Oh, stop it!
Sorry, I'm so sorry. What's his name?
Ewan McGregor? But you
Ewan
couldn't
McGregor.
mix him up with a worse person, could you?
I'm
Jesus!
so sorry. Ewan McGregor.
Right, Ewan, I'm really sorry.
I was 100% certain he was American. He said gas station and he had American accent. He did not sound Scottish whatsoever.
And he's nothing to do with Hugh Edwards whatsoever.
I'm sorry. I'm really
He's a Scottish
sorry.
actor that just happened to be pottering through Lancaster.
But he was a bit rude, so.
But that doesn't mean nobody can be rude enough to be, compared with attached to Hugh Edwards, can they?
No, sorry.
Diana says hi.
Diana, that's a nice name.
Oh, somebody's Just hang on, I'm going to have to do these messages. I'm going to have to do these messages.
We'll do
Don't
the
get
messages
behind
and
you. I'm not
we'll
going to get any
get to
news out. Welshman
We've
says,
literally
hi
got
Matilda.
so many stories.
Yeah, but they're doing so many messages. Hi Matilda, nice to see you. Have your own documentary on Victoria things.
Sorry.
Tracy says, thought so, but I had sound problems with the new phone. Adrian says, it's a great idea, Matilda. It's simple and easy to use. Just click and follow the links. Pay with Google Pay. Satnav Dan says, curious to know what Ewan was doing with the yellow beetle. Hopefully it wasn't bugging him. Haha. Boom. Cal says, buzzing about. The Glitch says, good evening, everyone. Good evening. Dean says, hi, Matilda and Mum. Hi.
Hello.
Raymond Legg says, hi, Matilda.
Hello.
Adrian says, the £5 does, it's with VAT, so I think you get about 4. Tracy says, yes, it is. Preston says, Matilda looking gorgeous. Well, you always are. Tracy says, it's windy and cloudy here, so you need a clear night to see it.
It looks pretty clear at the moment here, but obviously you're in Ireland, so.
Dean says, hope you're enjoying our wonderful weather. We certainly are.
It is doing well. It's the weather at the moment.
Camping Mania says, too hot today. Tracy says, yes, Ian was in Train Spotting. Adrian Spate, thank you so much. And he's put, I thought I wasn't on here, not next to like button, but on lives on the green and next to the chat box. And yes, you get balloons and stuff. So he's answered. And thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much for that.
You're an absolute star, Adrian. Thank you so much.
Absolutely wonderful. I mean, literally, like, that's just going to go so much far, because I know you just think, you know, some people think, oh, it's only £10. It isn't only £10. It goes so far, doesn't it, to everything from fuel to the recordings to paying for instruments to paying for, like, you know, for example, a guitar, you can get new strings, and then also just living, really.
Well, if you got more, you know, and you got so that you could do this and thing, you could then say, like, when, say for example GB News, they go out and they send a reporter out, so something big going on, you can go out, can't you? But the difference is, I know that they do it from each side, you can then bring it back and people can comment on it, can't they? So they can get involved in what they're paying. So if somebody say you're going,
sorry, I got confused myself.
well, say like say there's a celeb, so let's say for example a story that we're going to be talking about is about celebrity, and then you could go, and so they're in, well, I can say Blackpool because you're not going to know the story without until she says more. So Blackpool, you could think, all right, well, I've got that money, this is just hypothetically speaking, and people are interested in it, so they say, oh, that's a really interesting story, so then you can go down, report on it. But not only are you reporting on it there, because you can go live then, can't you, there, so they can comment there. So it involves everybody in, that's what I'm saying.
Oh yes, because of, like, also it's not just obviously because of, I know that obviously, like, yes, you're supporting me, but also you're supporting the channel and you're supporting other people, because of other people now, like, you could just be sat at home, some people could be sat at home doing nothing, but instead they're watching this live, so you're supporting them.
And what somebody said, and I thought this at Christmas, that's why we did that Christmas song thing, people who live alone, this is sometimes their only contact with people.
Yeah, because I mean, like, I mean, I'm not even really that social person. It's only because of you. If I didn't have you, I wouldn't speak to anybody. I mean, I am a social person. I am a social person.
Don't speak to anybody, that's it. She does speak to people.
I do speak to people.
I think you're getting yourself more into trouble tonight with everything. One, you kept going on about Hugh Edwards, and 2, I don't speak to anybody, even though I have a channel.
I do.
But it's all about speaking to people.
I do speak to people.
You just need to shut up. Let me take over.
What I mean is the fact of that, like, if I didn't go out anywhere, then I wouldn't.
And the first news story, and just get you out of this.
I'm a bit confused myself. You know, I speak to a lot of people actually.
Cal says it's been too hot to stay in the fence. He says it's been too hot to stay in the fence.
What does that mean?
Well, it's too hot. That's what he says.
I mean, I wouldn't usually want to moan about the heat, but to be honest with you, unless you're somewhere else, then I haven't found it too bad lately.
It was hot today.
I don't think so.
Oh, it was. Yeah.
I really didn't think so.
Cal thinks it was. He couldn't stay in his fence.
I went horse riding the other day.
Matilda, you're on form tonight. Loving the news, says Adrian.
Thank you.
Samuel says, hey, Matilda.
Hello.
Adrian says you've got 45 people watching. Goodbye.
Don't.
Tracy says you are social.
I am social. I'm sorry. I've actually gained a lot of friends.
And Raymond says I don't speak to people either. Well, you two could have a sit together and just have a silent sit.
I think I'm really. Oh, hello, Zacharias. I think I'm really good at speaking to people because I always like care about their subjects. Like, I mean, like I know a lot of people. I mean, sometimes you do it.
What am I going to have done with? I don't even know what she's going to come out with. This is what I do
sometimes
apparently.
you just like.
Here we go.
Sometimes you just don't have interest in other people. You do though.
Slack off.
You do though. And I generally always have an interest in other people's lives and always interested. Like, somebody could be chatting about something that I ordinarily have no interest in whatsoever, and I can have that interest. I have a general interest in
But your
people.
mother doesn't. I probably
Well,
don't have
sometimes
time.
you don't.
Time with all the stuff that you do. My brain's probably frazzled by the time I get to meet anybody. I went out for coffee yesterday with somebody.
You did actually, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Well, actually, I was having a social activity, so she went out having a social activity. Because I was in Lancaster, so she had to wait for me, so she thought, right, you're having a social activity, I'm going to have a social activity.
Oh, I have to tell you about this as well. We're never going to get any news done tonight.
I've got 4 stories.
So I went to Lancaster. You won't believe this. And my friend texted me and said, "Oh, we'll meet up at this cafe."
You
so,
rang her.
Well, whatever.
There's
she
a
texted me
social.
yeah, she
There's a
texted me.
social
That's what,
talking.
don't ruin my story. Don't ruin my story. So she said, "We'll go to this cafe." And I said, so I text back and I felt awful, but I said, I thought I have to make a stance. So I said, I'm sorry, I can't. And I hadn't seen her for ages, and I'd asked her for a coffee because I was meeting in Lancaster. I was waiting about for 4 hours for Matilda. So I said, I'm really sorry, they don't take cash, so I won't go. So she went, all right. I said, we'll just meet there anyway, and then we'll find somewhere else. So we met at outside this cafe, and then she said, oh, it's all right, don't matter. We'll go find another cafe. So off we went, you won't believe it, walked into the second one. She says, oh, I've got a question to ask before we order. Do you take cash? And I said, no. So I thought, well, I'm going to have to back down on this point. And I just turned around and said, oh, it doesn't matter for this one. She goes, no.
She stood strong.
No, she stood stronger than me, actually, at this point. I would have backed down on that one, only because she was there. I would never have done it on my own. That felt a bit awkward. She goes, no. We went into the third cafe. She says, well, can I ask a question? And they went, she says, do you take cash? And they went, no. And I felt fine now because I knew she was making a stance. So she was right, and off she went. Anyway,
This is free.
yeah,
This point.
this is 3, which is frightening, that didn't take cash.
Whole of Lancaster.
Anyway, I went to
Right
this
now.
wonderful one, which I shall put in the comments below because it was really good. But I can't remember the name of it, but I will Google it and find out for you. And it's on the main road in Lancaster, and it sold vegan stuff. I don't think it was all vegan. Well, it can't have been because I had a milky coffee. It sold vegan stuff as well, and vegetarian stuff, all homemade cakes and everything. Anyway, we walked in there, and she said, again, she says, do you take cash? He goes, I love cash. So it actually backfired that, didn't backfire, sorry, it actually worked out that because we made a stance, we got the best one in the end anyway, because it was really, really nice. And they made this lovely hot chocolate with a homemade like curling that you put in and you dipped it in. I don't like that. She had that and she thought it was absolutely wonderful. But when I left, she came out and she said, I am so glad you opened my eyes to this.
Well, the ones you were talking about, because I don't know the third one, but I know the other 2 you were talking about, and they were all quite similar, like cafes, like they were all just like the same. They didn't have any uniqueness.
No, I'm glad we went to this because it was really unique. It had lovely cakes.
Well, I know the first one they went to. I happened to do some stuff nearby, and I know a lot of people were talking about the fact that they went, and they were just saying how overpriced it was. And then, yeah, just like really overpriced.
I'll have to quickly do these.
We'll
Then you have
probably
to get
do
some
the comments,
Matilda
then we really
on
need to get
phone
to the
tonight.
stories.
I don't speak to people either. Matilda, we've done that one.
I do speak to people.
Adrian
I
says,
was just
Matilda,
saying.
I met you and you're a good social person.
Thank you. I am. That's actually. You have
Raymond
to
says,
roll
do you drink S. Pellegrino? No, she doesn't drink. Dean says, actually, Matilda, you're a proper chatterbox. Samuel says, I love to watch people, but not so interested in talking to them. How old are you, Matilda? Your content is brilliant.
Thank you.
We'll answer the question.
And 16. But I'm sorry, I am a really, actually, come to think of it, now you got me thinking of it, I'm actually really social.
Adrian says, Matilda, you do great interviews. She does do, she's very good at interviewing. Albert Sony TV says, British geezer. Tracy said, it's like me. Cal says, cash is not real money anymore, crazy. And Tracy says, it started raining there.
The thing is, I worry about is usually whatever Tracy gets comes here, so I'm like, whatever she says, I'm like, oh, it's coming.
Samuel says, what is the cat's name?
Zacchaeus. I gotta say something. I've actually just written a song about Zacchaeus. It wasn't like, it's not like, Zacchaeus, so he just let his name in there once. But I have written a song about him, so you might have that eventually coming.
Cal says, still nice in Chesterfield. Andy Robertson says, whale tail by any chance. Now, do you mean that the one that didn't take the cash, or the one that we went to? Because whale tail does ring a bell, but I can't remember whether it was good or bad. Tracy says it's Zacchaeus.
Can't we just name all the restaurants you went to?
Well, I can't remember them all, so I don't want. No, I don't want to in case I get it wrong. I'll do it. I'll put it on here.
I know.
Raymond Leg says sparkling, and Rated Frog says hi Jenny and Amy. Right, we better get a news story out.
Right. Okay, so Spice Girls time. Mel B is the Spice Girl. Her nickname is Scary Spice. Which I don't know why she's called Scary Spice because she's not really scary.
That's Mel B for anybody that doesn't know.
I mean, that picture doesn't really give her justice for the scary part of it, but she's not scary, I don't think, at least. I've never really met her, but let's see. Anyway, she says that she's absolutely thrilled to have the honour to be switching on this year's Blackpool Illuminations. If you don't know what Blackpool Illuminations is, it's basically where they light up the whole of Blackpool. And it's like a really big event. I think we've seen the Blackpool Illuminations, haven't we? And so she's 49 years old. And she rose to global fame when she first started inside the 90s, when she was a member of the massive big group Spice Girls, which is a girls group, and they sold over 100 million records worldwide. They're the biggest selling girls band group inside the whole entire world. I mean, that's a pretty good achievement, isn't it?
Well, it's fairly good, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't really beat it, can you?
No, I mean, it's not a kick in the boot, whatever they're saying is. And she's also a patron of a women's aid group, which she got an MBE. She was awarded an MBE in 2022 in New Year's Honours List for her charity work. Now she says, Blackpool has played a massive big part inside my career and life, as when I was just 16 years old, I was part of the Mystique dance group, which
that's where she started.
Yes,
she
that's
did
where
the
she
dance
started.
group, but was Mystique, and she went to Blackpool, and that's how they started. That's how she got found out.
And she says, to me, it was the most gorgeous place inside the entire world. It was like it was the Vegas of Britain. And she says that she's learned so much being part of this dance group and being at Blackpool. It really set her, for the fact of what obviously big fame she was going to have.
And Tracy's just coming into that. Tracy's just commented she suffered from domestic violence. Yeah, she's the patron for Women's Aid. Tracy.
I thought I must have when I read that.
And she got an MBE for charity work.
And she also says the fact is that she loves the people, the place, and of course loves the fish and chips with plenty of scraps. Yeah. Do people like scraps?
I don't.
I mean, I used to eat a lot of fish and chips just because I used to not know how to cook until I learned how to cook. And I used to work opposite the fish and chip shop, so it was useful. But yeah, I don't really eat them anymore. But I used to just get scraps because you get them free, and I was just like, oh, you get free. I used to just do that.
Andy Robertshaw says Whale Tail is a vegetarian cafe restaurant, so I guess that is the one you went to. Tracy says yes, I know her from Leeds.
Was it a chain? Or does you know Lancaster?
Tracy says my friend had a baby with her niece. Lovely family. Carl Leedham says, tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
Yeah, tell me what you want, what I really, really want. I want to really want to. What's the bridge?
Adrian says, always carry cash.
So here's a story from A to C. You want to get with me, you better listen carefully. We got M in the face, the lights in the face, so you can see your likes and easy peasy for me. You'll say, slow me body down and wine is all around. It's Ish out. And Ish got it.
Billy, would you like to join in the Spice Girls celebrations?
Here's the story from A to Z. It's just a shimmy to the left,
like
shimmy
to
the right.
No, he doesn't want to
What's
join.
that other
That's
song?
a surprise, isn't it?
I choreographed a dance for one of the songs. What was that song? Tracy went to see it, and when we did Alien.
I thought that was Sister Sledge.
No, I choreographed too.
Tracy, what was that song? I can't remember.
Spice Girls one.
Adrian says, I always carry cash in my card doesn't work like the other week. You should always carry cash. I always use cash. I use cash as much as I possibly can do.
Yes. And could I just
Oliver's Train says, "Hey up,
hey up, hey up, mate."
And Tracy says, "Hi, baby."
Baby's gone. Baby's gone over there.
He's doing the kitchen, Tracy. He's doing the kitchen.
Yeah. Now the Spice Girls, you might remember this. Obviously, it's Olympics time at the moment, and they finished the 2012 London Olympics. And I must admit, Olympics, they did do a good go on that performance because of the stage was the shape of the Union flag. So basically, we have the stripes like that. And so that was the actual stage bit, and then the crowd was in between that, where the colours out, which I thought was actually really, really good. And then they had London taxis, which are basically did loads of driving around at the beginning, and then they all like lined up. Well, not lined up, but like one on each like line of the flag. You've probably all seen this. And they all had like colour on them and stuff, and like lights and stuff. And one of them had on the number plate it said Spice, and then all the Spice Girls came out, right? Then they did like a bit of singing of Do You Tell Me What I Want. Then they all went on the actual taxi, started singing, you know, shimmy to the left, shimmy to the right, and then these like metal pieces started coming up from the roof of the taxi, and then they actually started like driving off while singing, and I thought that was like a really, really good performance. And the Olympics in at Paris, which is nearly finished, so you've got like watch everyone. And the Olympics not yet though, obviously. And then watch
You
Goodbuy
want.
afterwards. So you have to
go watch
you
that.
watch about
You've
9
been
o'clock
given
tonight.
permission, you can go watch that.
Watch about 9 o'clock tonight. Now, this year's Olympics, the people, obviously, it's not yet. I think it's tomorrow. Oh no, I think it's tonight actually. I'm not too sure. It might be actually tonight, but again, don't watch until you watch all my stuff. Is they are doing the finishing Olympics, so it's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do for the Olympics that are going to end today. And the people they've got performing, which is Billie Eilish, Snoopy Dogg.
So he calls it Snoopy Dogg.
Snoopy Dogg.
Snoop Dogg, Snoopy Dogg.
Snoopy Dogg. And somebody who, to be honest with you, I've searched up, I don't really know them, but they're pronounced, I don't really know how to pronounce the name, but it's basically H.E.R.
Her.
Yeah, but they've done it like a separate bit. So
Tracy says, more kitchen MRWnews in the winter. You wait till you see our kitchen,
I'm
Tracy.
quite worried about the kitchen.
Marble top.
Oak.
Solid oak, marble top kitchen that Billy got at a bargain, rock bottom bargain price because it was ex-display.
The only problem is that I don't think Billy thought too much about me, and he hasn't really left much space for not only work surface but for me to do the news.
Well, what happened is when you buy a kitchen that's ex-display, he hasn't, usually obviously you get the kitchen fitted, you buy the kitchen and you measure it up, don't you, and get that for the kitchen, whereas he's having to make, because it was obviously not made for this space, he's having to make it to that, but I don't care.
Yeah, let's go.
Because it looks clean, it's really good quality, and it's got a marble top work surface. And the marble, just the piece of marble would have been more expensive than what he paid for the whole kitchen, which includes an extractor fan and everything.
So what we're going to do is get a really sharp knife and get
No.
because of it was, we got it on a deal. So
And he never cleans or anything. He's the most useless, I mean, he's great at building stuff, so that's fine, but he's the most useless cleaner. And he got a drip on it, didn't it, just on the front, and he nearly threw himself on the floor. I've never seen anybody.
Well, it's quite
he
usual
got a
for him,
drip, oh! And this is how much he cleans. We've been in about 2 years, and he goes, well, have we got a dishcloth? That's what I said. Have we got a dishcloth for this one drip?
Where's that one that's quite, big?
So wait till you see the news, Tracy, with our new kitchen.
Yeah.
Even if it's hot outside, we'll be doing it once it's fitted.
Once you eventually get it done, nice. But anyway, it's going to be inside. Oh, and there's also somebody else called, which it was the only person I didn't get a chance to search up, which is Red Hot Chili Peppers, who I don't know who they are, but must be like a band name.
Yeah, they're quite famous.
Are they?
Oh God, yeah.
I did ring a bell. I didn't have a chance to search
I've never
them
heard
up,
of her or H.E.R., but I've definitely heard of Billie Eilish, Snoop Dogg.
Billie Eilish, definitely.
What do you call him, Snoopy Dogg?
Snoopy Dogg.
I've definitely heard of Snoopy Dogg. I've definitely heard of Red Hot Chili
I
Peppers.
did saw he dressed up as a horse rider, which the jockey, which I thought was a bit weird. He had like the full helmet on, which is not a jockey. But anyway, we've not got long before the shows, before Goodbye's coming out. Don't forget, Goodbye, the episode's coming out. I will put it. It's on private now. I will release it to everybody so you can go watch it as soon as this live is finished. But next story. Policemen are attempting, doesn't sound good when they say attempting, so they're probably just having a little to do it, to track a man who has gained access to the driver's cabin of a train at Preston Railway Station.
I'm not doing very well. I've got to show you the picture if you
So
know this
it's
man.
about, so you need to look for this man.
You need to look for this man if you see him. Can you see that, everybody?
Yeah.
Is that clear enough?
Feels quite young.
Well, I suppose you can be any age to be naughty.
That's him. About 3 a.m. on Wednesday, 27th of July, the man entered the driver's cabin of a stationed, so like, stationary train at a railway station and began moving the controls, turning electricity on and off and switching off the brakes.
So if you recognise that person or have any information, please can you contact British Transport Police by calling 0800 40 50 40 and quote reference 80 27th of the 7th, 2024. Because that's pretty damn dangerous, isn't
Window Street. Yeah, I mean, it is very dangerous, but you never know, he might have been like thinking of getting a job there and just wanted to test it out to see whether he wanted the job or
turning the
not.
brakes off? I mean, one thing, you
He
know,
didn't know where
one thing
was.
turning the electric off and everything, but the brakes. But it's not even that, is it? Because if it's
Well, I mean,
set, can you imagine if it's set off?
But it seems a bit of a stupid thing to do because you can't really get anywhere. They're gonna crash you down, aren't they? Like, you know, well, what's that? What have you got home, love? Oh, it's just a train. You know. And then how did he get off the rails?
That whole thing.
I suppose a lot of people have got trains inside the garden, but I suppose they probably got them, you know.
Genuinely,
Yeah.
you know, when they were for sale somewhere, not just pottering along and nicking it.
But I mean, you can only go down the track, and then somebody usually switches the track, don't they? So he's gonna go to an end somehow. And then what about if he like goes down the track and it ends inside the sea or something, and then he's, you know, ended inside some real trouble, hasn't he?
Yeah, but he didn't. It was obviously a bit useless because he couldn't even set it off, could he?
I mean, he might just, you know, he might have thought it was, you know, a broken down train, so he thought, oh, I'll just try and get it started or something.
Simon says, "Hey up,
Hey up,
hey up, Simon, hey up.
hey up.
You're joining in late."
Simon says hey up.
Yeah. Right. What else is there?
2 more stories.
2 more. It's a busy one, isn't it?
No, I need some water really, my last
Here you go.
Oh, some water. Yeah, thank you. Billy's got loads of big glass of things.
They got given loads of glasses by his friend, who happens to run a pub, by the way. But he didn't nick them all.
And look for this man as well. Right, a couple, meaning as a fact of, you know, couple relationship, has...
Can I just say about this about the train, because then otherwise I'll be going back to it and then we'll be over. Oliver's train says, to be honest, it's not too dangerous. To actually do anything, you need a special key, so they can barely do anything, i.e. something like a steam loader in steam you can do stuff with. Tracy says, hey up.
What have you got the key?
And Neville says he's probably been off the rails for years. It's gonna get worse, Neville. Steve says, hello all.
Hey up.
Hendrik Carl says he's doing drainage in Scarborough tomorrow. Look, your weather's better and you can get your fence done as
Actually,
well.
next door is a bit close to Scarborough.
Tracy thought
No,
Neville's
it
joke
isn't. It's actually, sorry, it's like really, really far away from
Say that
Scarborough.
again.
Well,
What did you just say?
I had my mind that Scarborough was in Cornwall, and then I didn't forget.
Really? Is Scarborough in Cornwall?
No, Scarborough's over that way. No, I know where Scarborough is. I've been to Scarborough. I know where Scarborough is. Sorry.
Tracy thought Neville's joke was funny.
Ah, good.
And Dean says you guys got caught some great trains passing stations this week. I know they had a class 4. Oh,
45?
No, a class 40.
Oh no, so Abby said about the fact that they weren't, but I don't know.
A class 40.
There was something.
A class 50 and a class 55, and one was the Royal Artillery Man. So we got all those. In 2 we went to Horton in Ribblesdale.
Oh, were they all different ones?
Oh God, I'm sorry about her tonight. I think it has been really hot.
That makes sense, Abby. If she's on, I don't know, but that makes
Abby's
sense
not
what
on.
Abby said about that. That makes sense because she said it was a class.
She's not a train
40
expert, by the
and
way. You
class
might have
50,
noticed.
and I was like, well, Abby's 45. And then obviously, because if I saw that with Stuart, which we were inside a different place, like, yeah, okay.
Ray, so God, I'm giving tonight. How long have we got? 13 minutes. Right, thank goodness. Raymond, he almost derailed the whole system. Did he? Is that a joke? That's not a joke, is it then?
Might be.
Oh, well, if it's a joke, I don't know. I can't get a joke out of it. It's not anything hidden there, is there? Well, he must have done. I didn't read about that. So, can you expand on
Look,
that,
he
Raymond?
derailed. You have to let go up.
Cal says, hope it's not in Cornwall. It'll be a long day. We have a little story about Cornwall coming up. Oliver's trains. My friend owns 2 class 50s.
Did he steal them?
Yeah,
Is it enough?
it was it. Oh, was it him?
Was it him?
Oh. Tracy says train spotting with Ewan more than anything. She's obviously, you know, quite likes the Ewan. Adrian says class 45 and 50. Raymond Legg says it's a joke. He almost derailed the whole system. Oh, it's a joke.
Maybe it's like an in-train thing that we just don't know.
Maybe it is.
Or maybe it's just a really
Sorry,
bad joke.
Raymond. We will laugh. Sorry.
Sorry.
And Steve says you're both beautiful. That's better because one said only her was beautiful.
Sorry.
Whereas I am as well.
You're beautiful. Most people call you really young because of younger than Adrian and his.
You getting on alright,
Billy, you
baby?
gotta say hi to Tracy.
Just Tracy, what? Just put your head round. She says hello. She said hello, baby, loads of times. Just say hello to Tracy and
Hi,
Neville
Tracy.
and everybody.
Hi, Neville.
Abby isn't
And
on there.
everybody.
Abby's not on,
What?
so we'll call you if she comes on. You'll have to come down and say hello to Abby.
Right, anyway, where was I? A couple has
Oh,
holiday.
Raymond says bad train humour. Sorry, Raymond, that we didn't get it. We're a bit
Sorry.
dim.
We're not really up to the training and stuff.
A bit slow.
A couple has holidayed in the same Cornish seaside town. You know something? I've never had a Cornish pasty.
You have had a Cornish
No, I haven't.
pasty.
Not
Of
that I
course you've had a
remember of.
Cornish pasty.
Well, I remember. Anyway, I've never had a Cornish pasty, so I should really change that. Anyway, I really would like one actually now. Come to think of it, I'm quite hungry.
Right, sorry, we're just leaving for Cornish pasta.
A Cornish
We could make
seaside
Cornish
town.
pasties.
I wouldn't bother doing that.
Why? No, I mean for your channel, if you
Yeah,
do a video, I quite like a Cornish
I
pasty.
think that's a bit above our
No,
standards.
it's not.
We-
They're really
I don't
easy
think
to
we
make.
managed.
I think we would.
We tried something similar, didn't we, with that potato thing? It went downhill.
No, I think I'm going
We
to make.
pretended
I'm going
we
to make a
liked
Cornish.
it,
I'm
we
making a
did
Cornish
something.
pasty. So my next video will be Cornish pasty.
In the new kitchen.
Did we do a review on Cornish pasties?
No, we didn't.
Did we?
No.
I don't think we did, Tracy, but you'll tell us.
Tracy said that.
Yeah.
No. Well, I know. But to be honest with you, I can make a video yesterday. I've forgotten it. And a seaside town for the past 57 years.
What have they done at the seaside town for the past
Every time I've
57?
read it, I've known the names. So, what's the name? It's
Colin and Doreen Hunt.
Colin and
And
Doreen
this is
Hunt.
them in 1967, bless them. 1967. You see that?
They're from Preston in Lancashire, and they first visited
Bude.
Bude in 1967. Now, some of you will know this.
Yeah, in fact, no, ask them to comment if they remember.
Now, do you remember when I reported something about Bude? Yes, that's right. I covered something on this news channel a bit ago at about the same place. So I'll give you a little bit of time. If you get it, if you don't remember, then that's fine. But I'll give you a bit of time, and then we'll talk about what I covered.
So you regulars, you will know that we
Or
covered a story.
Or even just people, because I suppose you can be a regular, just weren't there at that time. Because it wasn't.
They needed to evaluate it that much
Yeah,
until the...
but when we weren't inside the kitchen, it was that long ago, when we were inside another room where the internet was so bad. But just think about it. What was it? It was there, and it showed them the clue.
No, until you could ever give them a clue if they don't get
Oh, but it's really, really hard. Show them a little
it.
clue.
No, somebody might get it and then you'll
Okay.
upset them.
And the couple had-
there's quite a lot of chats on this.
I know, but I really need to get news out.
You
Couple
did a
has
review on,
travelled all-
Tracy says you did a review on Cornish pasties. Raymond says I've only had Cornish beef. Tracy says film. And she says yes she did. At Newquay. What Cornish pasty do we have at Newquay? I don't remember. I really don't remember it, Tracy.
I don't think we did.
Simon says I had a Cornish pasty with mushy peas earlier. Dean says
nice.
what better Cornish pasties or Cornish ice cream? What do you...
Well, since I had both.
You've had Cornish ice cream.
What?
Mm.
What's going on? Was that the one with a little cow on it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've had that. It's okay. It's fine. Hello, Angel.
There's a video here, Matilda, making a Cornish pasty.
No, that's what I mean. It wasn't a Cornish pasty. I think.
Oh yeah, it was like a potato cake thing. It
Yeah.
wasn't a Cornish. It wasn't pastry. It was potato.
Yeah. And yeah, same sort of thing. You had beef inside of it. Anyway, the couple have travelled across all of the world. Well, you know, a lot of it. I suppose they haven't been everywhere, have they? But you can't really do that, can you? But they've been majority of places. Well, it says all over the world, so I suppose so. But said we've never been to a better place for a family holiday. So this is in
Bude.
Bude. They say that not even COVID got. Basically, what they've done is they've gone every single year. They've gone to the same place for 57 years, so they haven't missed the time. Not even through COVID, they haven't missed a place. So good on them for going out. The couple's son was 11 months old, and their daughter almost 3 years old when they first visited Bude. He learnt to walk there, and she now lives there, which I suppose makes.
Oh, Billy's in a bit
Suppose
of
that-
laughing.
Which I
They
suppose
tried to
makes
come
a good-
out.
No, I suppose makes a good. Suppose makes a good excuse to go down there. They first visited, read that bit. Mrs. Hunt, 88 years old, said we've been coming every year since, and not even has has never stopped us, even during COVID. We came down. Now, Mr. Hunt, 87, 1 year younger than her, said they were, and this is an interesting fact, said, because obviously they're inside Preston, said there were no motorways south of Preston when they first made the journey. So it took them 12 hours to go down there. Now, since there are motorways today, it says it takes them 5 hours and a half. That's quite interesting, isn't it?
Mm.
Fact of no motorways.
I wonder if they were naughty during COVID then. That's exciting, isn't it? If they went trundling off down, because at one point you couldn't go anywhere, could you?
Well,
I know you couldn't for about over the year. I mean, for a whole year. I wonder if they just scuttled down anyway.
Well, I think they should, should be allowed to do what they do.
Got to that age, they'll be right.
Yeah, they're still alive, aren't they? So clearly did nothing wrong for them.
Maybe somebody saying they killed the granny in sort of outer Mongolia there.
The reason they loved, and I mean, there must have been what, like 80.
86.
The reason they loved the place so much is because of the beautiful beaches, Mrs. Hunt says.
Sorry about Billy's just joining in his tapping. He likes it when we go live to make various noises. So,
he was naughty last week, wasn't he?
Oh, he's always naughty. And now Neville says, don't recall, and I've only missed one news. So maybe it was on there. So it's imbued and it...
I'll give you one little clue.
We'll go on
it's to do with a tunnel. There, mic drop.
And we did report about it on the news. Sean says Cornish pastry is perfect for apple strudels.
I really want a Cornish pasty now.
I'm going to make some tomorrow. I'm definitely going to do
tomorrow?
it.
You can't. There's no kitchen.
No, I'll manage. I'm going to get the extension.
It's done like barely any work surface. It's just literally, I'm not joking, it's this size work
it's
surface. It's
perfectly alright. He's going to get on with it. He's getting on with it now.
I think he's going to
can hear him
put
tapping away.
Because
I'll be able to make
before the oven and the hob was there and the hob was above that. He's put the oven inside this really big cupboard. Right, we've got so much cupboard space, just barely any work surface space, and I don't know where
he's going
to
be doing a breakfast bar.
Yeah, that's going to take out like full like.
Oh, she's like, you can't please her.
And then where's the washing machine going? I mean, the washing machine's just inside the middle of the
place. He's going to remove the washing machine. Anyway,
and then he's not even counted the fridge.
The video of me doing a Cornish pasty in that kitchen would be better than the old kitchen, even though it's half done. You'll just have to accept it that it's half done. Tracy says, tell Billy to shut up. I can't, Tracy's working. Try and stop him.
It's hard to get him.
It's hard to get him motivated.
Yeah, you have to have a little nap today, that's him. Yeah, actual workers.
Steve says, is that your neighbour? No, it's my son.
Yeah, the neighbours have been quieter than Billy lately.
We have a good run of neighbours at the moment, although one who was really quiet has unfortunately left, so we don't know what we're going to get next.
She was that quiet, like,
she was that quiet, never even knew she was there.
And then she started just moving loads of stuff out.
She sort of just suddenly left.
Yeah. But we just got a new neighbour, which is actually attached to us.
She was like the perfect neighbour. Just kept herself to herself. Didn't get involved in anybody's business. As quiet as anything. Not a gossip. Not going round interfering. And
now she's going to move off.
She was a perfect neighbour, and she's gone now.
Yeah.
So we don't know what we're going to get next.
But we've got this other one, which has just moved in. And if they had some music on the other day, but I think that was workers, so basically, but then at the same time, Billy just started working, he had music blasting, so I was like, well, if you start blasting music, if I go around to them and they start blasting music, I say, hang on a minute, you're blasting music, it's not fair. They'll say, well, hang on a minute, you're blasting music, so I won't have an argument, so I just told them to shut up.
So basically, Billy got his music turned down and got put back in his place.
Are
you having a bit of enjoyment, Billy? No.
Well, lucky enough, he's had his friend round. His friend's pretty decent, so he was like, Billy.
Yeah, Billy told, and his friend's very big.
Yeah, so Billy was like...
So we just go run into him if we have any problems. Steve says your neighbour's building a World War II bunker. We could have one of that. Billy built a pond, and it's about the size of that.
Never filled up.
Dean says, did Billy get his quad bike started? Yes, no. He did. He did. Yeah, he just hasn't done anything with it since, has he? They got bored then and went to the pub. Steve says, is he working on the Austin? Both touch wood cars are running remarkably well at the moment. The blue one's always been perfect. It's never done anything wrong. Princess is as Princess is, and she's very unpredictable, but she did a music video and she had to do quite a lot of travelling over there.
I got to drive, didn't I?
And she had to do a lot of stopping and starting in very hot weather, and she was an angel.
I think it was because she was outside like a really lovely home, and I think she was like, I'm a princess, and this is my moment.
So at the moment, nothing needs working on touch wood.
Ow, Zachary.
Everything's running well. And Carl Eden says you could have a party if you work for the government. Oh, you're back to... Look at the time.
I know, that's what I mean. Yeah, but I'm thinking about it, right? Majority of our viewers are here. So if we go 10 minutes over...
Right, we'll just have to go 10 minutes over with Goodbuy. Is that alright, everybody?
Because I feel like if somebody's going to go and go on 8 PM, tune in to watch the video,
yeah,
they're going to see me live, go on here first.
Right, we've got one more story left. Is it okay if we carry on? So your Goodbuy will be like... Carl says you could have a party if you work for the government. I know, it was a bit bad, wasn't it, when they're stopping everybody else doing anything, but I think that's another show.
Yeah,
he's clicking round. he's going in.
I thought
Come on,
Matilda.
Matilda.
I thought like, government party. Like, I was thinking...
No, because they had a party when it was COVID.
I was planning on becoming Prime Minister when I'm like 60.
When it was COVID, they were partying, weren't they, when all those mere mortals were stuck at home.
Right, anyway. 3-year-old cat! No, it's not this little angel because it's a bad story. So
it's not a good story. It shouldn't be laughing. It's a horrible story.
Yeah, it's a horrible story. So this is the cat. Oh, it's a really pretty cat. I don't get to see these pictures because Mummy does it, so I'm like looking at them like, oh, look at these little cats.
Oh, I didn't say this is them now. I just have to go back. This is them from Cornwall after 57 years. So you saw the first picture, and that's them now, having their little holiday in Bude. I forgot to show that. I'm not very good at this job, am I? Right, next.
3 years ago, no, 3-year-old cat. I don't know how old Zacharias is, Anyway, we're not talking about Zacharias. Cat Luna has had to be put down sadly at the vets after she was poisoned. Yes, poisoned. It's really, really bad story. This. The RSPCA has issued an appeal after a number of other suspected poisons in the Kilmsley area.
Kidwelly area.
Kidwelly. You never corrected me on that whole time. I read it. So I just thought it's Kilmsley. Kidwelly, Wales. So I thought I was right.
I'm very tired today.
Now, the charity have said that they don't know whether this poison is deliberate or by accident or not. And it says if your cat's been, think they're poisoned, send them to the vet, Like
obviously.
But this is the problem. We really need things pointing out nowadays, don't we? Like, if your cat's ill, send it to the vet. Okay, so
people do. They need everything really pointed out.
Yeah. So Luna, who couldn't move or walk, so this is, she's devastating. She was acting as if she was drunk. Her owner said, Bennett McQueen. She said that she didn't do anything or eat anything. She says that the family was devastated at Luna's death, as it's been a massive toll financially and emotionally, which, I mean, I suppose, but we are now feared for our other cats, so he must have some other cats, and for the other cats inside the neighbourhood, he said. He says that he was aware of 2 other cats who have recently been poisoned inside the area, and he says if you think your cats could be, like the signs of the cat being poisoned would include strokes, vomiting, and drowsiness, difficulty breathing, and appearing drunk and uncoordinated. Now, do you want to read your statement?
It sounds like a few people coming out the pub on the
Yes, maybe we should say, he's been poisoned, send him to the vet!
They've been poisoned in Bedford. What am I reading?
Statement.
Andrew Harris, an animal rescue officer at the RSPCA, said, at this stage we do not know if these are accidental incidents or deliberate, but we urge the community to be vigilant and be aware of the symptoms of poisoning. So if it is obviously somebody going around and doing it, it's absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, because obviously these animals
and just be aware of it. And then lovely to see. Oh, Simon says he's off to karaoke. Have a great time.
Yeah, karaoke, nice.
Well done, Simon. Steve says, Simon, go on. Raymond says, this is why you keep your cats and dogs indoors or limited to being in your yard and only plant non-toxic plants in your garden. Can you keep your cat indoors then, Raymond? Ours wouldn't stay indoors.
I mean, obviously, my opinion personally, I don't like the fact that the cat's being inside, but it depends. I mean, you can manage it.
We had a cat, it was a Persian one, it wasn't mine, it was my mother's, and that would quite happily stay indoors. In fact, I don't think it ever really went out. I don't think it would want to go out, but he wouldn't. There's no way. He'd just sneak out, wouldn't he? He just wouldn't past you. And he whines anyway.
Yeah, but the thing is about Zacharias is that he never leaves like the area. Like he won't. There's a road right there, and he has to go down the lane to do it, and he won't go. He just stays inside his little area, doesn't he? Which he's really, really good at. But our other cats, which we don't sadly have anymore, but but they would just go off anywhere, which I think the reason why we don't have them anymore, because they would just go off anywhere. So I think it's just like, you know, like
So
training,
Raymond, is
isn't
your
it?
cat a pedigree? Because some of them pedigree types, like the fluffier ones, they tend to be more of a home cat. Or is it? Why I just couldn't get ours to stay in. Although the neighbour down the road, her cat never goes out either.
Oh no, just start letting it out now.
No, not that one. The one down the road, her cat never goes out. It does not go out.
Oh no, it does go out. He just hates leaving the garden because he's too scared.
Oh yeah, so well it goes out to the garden, but it doesn't go out as in this one, like this roaming about.
Little angel. That Chris is
Raymond
like
says
pet.
onions are dangerous to cats. I didn't know that.
Onions.
Steve says, let your brother out of the shed, we can hear him. No, he's staying in. He's been naughty. I think I read Raymond's My Cat Stays Indoors. If you look me up on Google, video on ITV News, nearly dying of COVID, that's my only claim to fame. All right,
Oh.
Colleen, if you look me up on Google, video on ITV News, nearly dying of COVID, that's, oh gosh, I hope you're all right now. Tracy says the clock is wrong. Yeah, it is. So what is just chimed now? Well, last night it was 8 minutes out.
But the thing is that
And
every
the
time
Raymond
it breaks,
says it's
they
just
just like redo it, don't they?
It's
Like,
just a
fix it.
regular lazy tabby cat.
I mean, like, yeah.
So yeah. So for everybody, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. So Goodbye's coming on. Sorry it's late.
It's only 5 minutes. It's not like life.
We're going off the town hall clock. That's our timings now.
So that's right. So Goodbye is coming out now. It's the show I've done with David Harper, so I want you all to watch it. I'm going to post it and then I'm going to go off this live and you can go watch it. It's going to come out every single Sunday at 8 p.m. ish.
Yeah.
At 8 p.m. We'll go for 8 p.m. And it's going to just be, it's just a really, really good show. If you haven't already watched episode 1, please do make sure you do. And it's just a really, really wonderful show that we've done with David Harper, who is an antiques expert. He does antiques road trip and antiques and bargain hunt.
And Dean says, can't wait to see it. Matilda found a great bargain for David in Goodbye. Thank you, Dean. It's been really good and it's another great episode. Adrian says, thanks for a great news live. Fun, loved every minute. Matilda being on great form at Goodbye. Thank you so much, Adrian, and thank you so much for your payment, which have been absolutely brilliant.
Thank you both
Thank
very
you to
much.
the 2 Adrians.
I know, I was thinking about that.
The 2 Adrians that have done a thanks. That's really,
And
really
if
helpful.
watching Goodbye, and there'll be some stuff coming out about a lot of Davids come around, don't there?
Yeah.
He's like, I like literally every shot coming to like, oh hello David, like hello David, just loads of Davids. But you'll see all that. I don't know if that's that episode though. But
Right, so I need to go
I don't
on
think it is
now.
actually, isn't it, episode now?
Onto managed
Right, it's going
videos.
public.
Just wait 1 minute. I've got to find it because I put it on a while.
Oh, and don't forget, if you haven't already watched my horse riding episode as well, I went horse riding with Cancer Care again. They do loads inside the summer. We went horse riding, and it was a really, really good trip. And I do act terrified inside the show because obviously I like to, you know, it's making a show, isn't it? So obviously, to be honest with you, I was absolutely really, really terrified because of I did a video doesn't do it justice, right? Because of I couldn't film the scary bit, and I was happy to be in front of the person who's taking us round. So basically, she could tell me off because I was the person in front, you know, behind her. So she was like, "Stop filming, Matilda. You know, we're going down this really dangerous bit. You're supposed to be leaning back." So I was like, "Yes, miss." So we basically, there was like this really, really steep bit, right? It was just massively steep, and it was rocks like from this side to like this size, right? And this horse has got to like get its way down there. And I mean, I know they do it every single day, but it was pretty damn terrifying. In fact, as we were going down there, and when we were doing, you know, pulling the horses out, right, and we were there waiting to get the horses out, we were all stood around, and it says, right, we need the first person, and there's some people like in front of me, right, and she says, you there, and everybody literally moved aside and pointed at me, and I was like, what am I doing? And so I was the first person to go on the horse, so I said to her, please, can I just not be the first person to go on the horse? So she's like, okay then. So then they got the other person who's more scared than me. I don't know why they got the more scared person, because there's literally 2 people there who were, like, one person especially who did horse riding every single day. And I was like, why didn't you get the more scared, you know, the more confident people on first? So they got the more scared people on first. Put me on top of the horse, I eventually got on there. Put me on top of the horse, and I was just like pretty damn scared. And you know how they rest one leg while they stood there? But when he swapped, it felt like if I stood here, it felt like he was leaning. Whenever he swapped his foot, I was like leaning, I was thinking we're falling off, and then he'd go and straight back up again. And then this other horse came out, and the woman got on top of it, like, you know, on the horse, and my horse seemed to be friends with that horse, and he was coming closer to it, and I was like, oh my god, my horse is friends with other horses. And it's really, really scary. And then the woman said about the fact that you could be led, and I was like, I want to be led. I presumed when
She's 16, by the way.
and when they said we could be led, I presumed we'd have somebody walking with us, not actually attached to another horse. So I was like, well, that could make it worse. I'm near another horse. What about my other horse gets scared of the other horse or something? I'm thinking very dramatic things here. So I was like, well, you know, this is even more worse. So I was like, I don't want to be led. But I ended up like, you do want to be led. You should be led. So I was like, okay, I'm going to be led. Which I actually was happy to fact that I was led, because the woman was chatting to me the whole time, so she like sort of like got my nerves off. Anyway, we started walking, and it felt like we were like we were galloping. Was the walking, and I was like, oh my god, we're walking. Now, bearing in mind, my mother's career used to be horseback. I used to have my own horse. I used to ride, but it was a very long time ago, and I didn't really go over walk. So I was like terrified. I was only on this little pony. So we started walking. I was thinking, is there anything slower than walking? And I really had to fight the urge of saying to her, can we go any slower than this?
Just this. I've just got to do this. This is how sad people are. Right, you'll see this on the comment, it's just come up. And bearing in mind, this is a free channel, so everybody's watching. You don't have to pay. Obviously, people have paid.
Yeah,
we don't charge anything, right? And this is Harry McAndrew, right? And you'll see it. It's on the comment on the latest video, which is rare sighting, class 40, class 50, and class 55 refurbished Royal Artilleryman. Now we had to go to Courtney, Ribblesdale, and Bentham. We went to Bentham to do it, which is local to us. It's only walking distance, but it might not have been. We've had to set the video up.
And Horton Ribbles does quite a bit.
And we had to drive there, and then I've had to edit the whole video, and I put it out, and this is what people are like. Some people. This is his comment, and you'll see it when you go on. Funny, you've put class 55 in the title. I saw no such loco, just a 50 or 2, a 40 and a 45. Looks like I'll be withdrawing being a subscriber due to poorly titled video. How bloody, sorry for swearing, but how bloody sad are people? So that he's withdrawing being a subscriber because it says class 55, there's been a mistake on the title when it was class 40, class 45 and class 50. So rather than enjoying the video and thinking, oh, a lot of work's gone into that video, it's a great video, oh, I'll just comment and just say, oh, it isn't a class 55, are you aware that you might have mistitled it or something like that? What a knob, basically. I would believe that. You've got to look at that comment. He's going to withdraw his subscription because he's to a free channel because it's got one number wrong. I can't believe how utterly sad people are.
Obviously, everybody's allowed opinion, but it's just when you.
It's not an opinion. It's not an opinion, is it? It's not opinion. An opinion would be something like, oh, they're not my favourite, or
like, notice you did that, but really enjoyed the video.
Yeah.
Just thought I'd tell you just in case you didn't know.
I wouldn't. I'd just be so sad. That is so really. I just can't believe how sad some people are. It just amazes me. All the work you put into videos, and that's what they take. Some people take from it. Well, it won't be because I just block him anyway, so it won't have to go through that utter trauma again, will it?
Yeah, seeing that. Yeah.
Idiot.
Anyway, do you want to read out the comments on them?
Adrian says it's a great video. Thank you. It's a wonderful video.
Adrian is.
Ren says a BR55 is a 08 on German steam locomotive. You can't. Adrian says you can't please some people. They're just pathetic. Ollie says that's a cute cat. What's its name?
Zacharias.
Danuka says hello.
Hello.
Adrian says you were very brave riding the horse.
I wasn't I? I was really, really brave. I mean, literally, like we first went down the road.
On Martin's put, which is a joke to come on about that. He's put, I wasn't expecting to see a cat in this video, so I'm out. Just like, you know, that idiot before. No, I'm not calling you an idiot, Martin, but that's what he's joking about. Tony Love says, your cat is beautiful, Matilda, such a big cuddly softie. Just want to congratulate you in growing your channel and success with your further adventures. Stay safe and God bless.
Thank you
so
God
much.
Bless you too. Thank you.
God bless to you too. Neville says my sentiments, lol, you don't need him. He isn't a prat, Neville. Seriously, just I'm not bothered about it. You just think it's just I don't know what the words are that you think somebody can be so utterly sad. And you get it like with when we went down to film that locomotive. It's just been recently refurbished, and somebody has obviously paid to do that. Somebody's taken a risk of refurbishing that loco with the view of obviously making money out of it. And they provide that loco, and they take the risk of it breaking down, obviously. They take the risk of weather, they take the risk of things like sinkholes. So they are providing that train and putting all the money into it and everything. And so we went down to Bentham to film it, and there was a man on there, and we walked on, and he was in his position, and he looked at us like we were basically muck on his shoe. And because we were going to be where he was filming, so then he storms up the track side and then moves. Now what happened is there's a bridge over, so I set Matilda up with the live, and then I go over the bridge. So he wasn't aware of that. So then I went over the bridge and went on the other side, which put me in his line again. So he stormed the other way back up, glaring at us like that, and set up his camera at the other side. And I thought, say something and I'll tell you exactly what I think. But he never did say anything, just kept glaring, and it was obvious what he was doing. And I think, why do people think that steam locomotive, sorry, it wasn't a steam locomotive, that diesel locomotive has been put on for them, and they have every single right of a clear picture without anybody being there? It's not put on for them, is it? And it's a bit like that man, isn't it? That he's not paying to watch the channel, is he? It's a free channel, yet they have the audacity to put a comment like that. I just think people.
I mean, like, if you pay for things like, you know, like, I don't know, like BBC, Netflix, Disney Plus, and they just, and like, for some reason Disney Plus, they haven't posted it. I mean, it's just me, they haven't posted anything good lately. And I am considering rearing out and going out. It's the only thing is the fact is it's got Taylor Swift Sierra's on it. But I mean, like, they haven't done, you know, you pay for good things, don't you? But if you don't, what point am I getting to here?
Well, Martin says, why do people feel the need to announce their departure? That's what I'm sort of getting at, Martin.
Yeah,
I'm not moaning or hopefully not making a big deal of it. I just can't understand the psychology of it. Whereas if like anybody that slags a comment off, unless it was something like absolutely disgusting, you know, like obviously something that shouldn't be on there. But if I click on a video and I start watching it and I find it really boring, I wouldn't dream of putting the thumbs down or commenting. I wouldn't dream of doing that. I'd just get off. And if I was subscribing to a channel, say I subscribe to a channel, and the videos started getting a bit tedious and there weren't something, I would just press the unsubscribe button and I won't think about it again. I won't dream of commenting.
Well, yeah, like I mainly, the way I look, when I usually look at things, I tend to go on Instagram a lot. And if I follow somebody and he's just like I'm just boring, or just I'm not interested in that stuff anymore, then I will just unfollow. But I'm not going to say anything, you know. And then, but I think, well, you know, I've supported him for, you know.
Could you imagine living with him? What a prick he'd be. You know,
and
if he said anything.
Neville just brought me onto that point earlier. I mean, it's actually, his point wasn't really much to do with it, but it clipped me to that. I also wanted to say about the fact it's my music channel, which, oh, dang it.
You haven't just ripped your dress, have you?
My music channel, which I've set up, which is Matilda Walden, or hash MRW Music Official, I think it's the headline. Can I just quickly go on here and just show you it?
No, it's on there.
I think you just liked it.
I haven't. No, I haven't.
But
you made me go it wrong there.
The music account is, I've got this music account, right, and I've just set it up, and it's just purely for my music, my dancing and all that sort of stuff. And I really appreciate if you come and have a look at it and follow it. So make sure you search up that MRW Music Official is what its name is, or just like search up Matilda Walden Music and it should come up with it. And I've just like sort of set it up, and it's just a little account, but I want to like, because obviously on here, obviously we do loads of things. We do trains, we do classic cars, we do music, we do dancing, we do interviews, we do everything. There's not really, so a lot of people say, oh, I didn't know you did music, I didn't know you did dancing. So I thought I want a, you know, specific channel which is just for that. So obviously everything will stay the same on here, and I will still post music on here. But to what I want, I mean, fully post music on here, everything I put on there, I sort of put on here as well. But stuff on there is just for that, and I'd really appreciate if you go and have a look on there, and just go and start getting that channel built up, and the fact of going, you know, have a look on there and at my music. I've already put a lot of things on there. I put one music video on there, and I have got loads of other music videos that I'm going to post on there, but I wanted to build up a little bit more and slowly post them. But I just like, I put a short on the other day, we put a video on yesterday of being at Horton and Ribblesdale playing Bohemian Rhapsody on the piano, so please could you have a look at that? I'd very appreciate it if you did.
And Carl says a Lancaster bomber went over his house yesterday, very low. Did you get a picture, Carl?
Oh, sorry.
Tracy, there's put an emoji. Adrian says, I'll DM you later with a story. A friend told me about his daughter and some comments. Steve says, Carl's got a time machine.
I think, sorry, I think Adrian said about the ghost story and we haven't done that. Sorry, Adrian.
Oh, sorry, Adrian.
Yeah, I just thought about that.
I'm really sorry.
We will get that done, I'm sorry. We will get that done. I mean, unless you wanted to, we could read it out now.
Have you got it?
It's on Insta, isn't it?
Alright, well I can't do it on this one.
I can get it.
No, I've just got, because I was doing the comments.
What do you want to read the comments and we'll get it?
Yeah.
Sorry, but we just...
Martin says they are just having a hissy fit and a bit of a look at me flounce. I just think they're so pathetic, Martin. I really do. I just think I'm really annoyed that I'm living in the same world as them, to be honest.
Actually, there were some people that we know, and we wrote a song about them actually. And which the song is coming out, and you might think about it and think, oh, that's that song about them. And they were just really, really nasty people. And we went to like sort of sort the issue out, and they were just like so
Tony,
stupid.
Tony says, yes, you're right. There's really some people out there who just don't know how to keep it nice and throwing silly comments out there. There's no need to pay attention to it. Your videos are wonderful. I'm not, Tony. It's just that I don't bothered about it. It doesn't affect me. It's just I wouldn't have bothered about it otherwise. It's just I just can't believe the mentality of people now that something they get for free, they think they have such rights over.
Yeah.
I just can't understand it.
Because the thing is, also, we watch a Pacific account, which we watch, every single night, don't we? And, it's just they offering so much, and we're just getting that all free, aren't we? That's literally every single night. So we get asked all about, every single night we have that enjoyment, and we just get all that for free, don't we? But we would never, be rude.
Well, it's for example, I've looked at, David Harper's, and I'll go on there because that's the sort of thing we're interested in, obviously doing the show and everything. And I'll look on it, I'll think, oh, that's interesting, click, watch it, and that's interesting. If I really like it, I'll leave a comment. But if I look at it and the title doesn't interest me, I just don't look at it. I don't start throwing myself on the floor and saying, right, you've put something that doesn't interest me. I'm unsubscribing now. I think, well, that's not something that interests me.
Yeah. Or if you get the title wrong, just think, oh, that's wrong.
Or message him and said, you realise what you put in your title. But honestly, write 50 instead of 55. And especially anyway, you're completely dyslexic. I'm over 50 now, so all over 50s know what their eyesight's like on these iPads. It's so simple to get something wrong. I just think some people are so sad. I really do.
Yeah, people never think of problems as well.
Oh, they don't think outside the box because they're thick. Steve says, I like your car stuff. Tracy says a storm is brewing here.
I think it's brewing here as well.
Neville says your subscriber count is moving up, but please, if you haven't already subscribed, thank you, Neville, for the big push. Adrian says do it next week. Tracy says, ghost stories. Carl says you'll always get bad people in this world. Don't worry about them. I don't worry about them. I just think that annoy. Well, they don't even annoy me. I just think craps. Matilda, have you ever considered making a dance routine to the John Collison classic waltzing Matilda? A few people have asked that. She's going to have to do it. Adrian says, don't worry about comments like that. Finding your channel is highlight of my year. That's lovely. Thank you so much.
It's a highlight of my year when you come to my shows. So
Steve says, have you seen Leon? Yes, I have. Ollie says, are you a cat-loving person? I'm not only bothered about them, but she thinks it's the most wonderful thing, and I like it. But
Saccharus is dangerous.
I wouldn't bother if I didn't have one. Van Transit says, hi Matilda and Mum. Hi. So we'll just go to this ghost story, if I can find it really quickly. And Adrian said he sent me on a private message, but he's confirmed that he's happy for me to read it. So if I can get it up, I will get it.
So we were saying about the other week about the fact of ghosts, and we're saying, so if you have any ghost stories, please do send them in. We could have
so this is Adrian's ghost story.
So we were covering a story about this island and it had ghosts on it and stuff. So Adrian said about the fact he had a ghost story. So he sent me this, and my mother's just going to read it to you now. And this is Adrian's ghost story.
When I got my first house 30 years ago, it was a small terrace house which I loved. One night, it was a Wednesday night in September, I think, about 96, so I think he means 1996 there. At 3 a.m, I woke up like that, which for me is very rare as I'm a heavy sleeper. I looked up, and from the far wall, this man with short dark hair and wearing a dark suit and a wing colour shirt came through the wall, slowly walked towards me, past my bed and through the wardrobe. I was sober and awake. I told my mum. She thought it was her great granddad. I wasn't scared but shocked for a second. Ooh.
If I was you, I'd be absolutely terrified.
It sends shivers down my spine, Adrian. So that's Adrian's ghost story. So please send me your ghost stories for next week.
Yes, please do. If you have any ghost stories, anything, or even like, not even ghosts, we could move on to aliens, couldn't we, or mermaids, or anything. Anything peculiar which has happened inside your life, please do send it to us. And also, with Goodbye, David said about ghosts, didn't he? So you're going to have to put on his episode.
It will be about episode 3 or 4, David's
I
ghost
must
story.
admit, like, David has this art of telling stories, isn't he?
We were taking the mickey, not out of him, just nicely out of him when we come back. And Matilda said, we were on about how well he can tell a story.
Yeah.
And he's so interesting. He just talks and you sort of like shut up and listen to him. So when we got back, we were just chatting about the day. And we said about, Matilda says, I'm going to go to the co-op and get some cheese. And I said, you could imagine if David told that story. We were going like, I walked down the aisle and I looked over to the left. And I saw this lady. we were doing this thing of how David Harper.
4 years now, that cheese has always been inside that spot. Red Leicester. And I love the company, had relations to him.
And as I turned, and we were doing this full thing, we can't obviously sort of like recreate it now in front of you. But it was so funny, and we were like this. That's how David would make it sound. Everything sounds so interesting. So he told us this ghost story.
It was an interesting story anyway.
Oh yeah, these are interesting. But obviously going
you
to
can
buy
imagine
cheeses
any thing you give me, you can make a story out of the most simplest of things.
Yeah, he's very good at
I
speaking.
suppose he's written a lot of books, isn't he? He's an author.
Oh, it's just incredible when you're talking and history, and he just goes and dates. He just throws off the top of his head, and he's just really interesting guy. I loved it.
He said about one date, which I don't know if we've released that one, but he said about don't forget that date, and I keep reminding myself, what's that date? I think I've forgotten.
I didn't.
1812.
27.
1827.
Yeah.
So hi, Billy.
So he did you. Is your cat a boy or girl?
Boy.
Steve says, guessing it's a boy. Tracy says it is a boy.
Clarification.
Adrian says, I got a friend, so I think he means ghost story. He'll DM you.
Good, please.
And Dean says spooky, and Tracy says same.
It's getting a bit of a chill here now.
Yeah. So
bringing up.
God, have you seen how long we've been on?
I know.
Gee, right, I'm going on it now.
Night, haven't we all?
Yeah. Oh, it's been a right chat. And thank you for that, for him putting that stupid comment. It's done another half hour's chatting.
And also remember, thank you so much for you who've put, both of you that put thanks and super thanks. Really appreciate it. Really, really nice.
Right, manage videos.
Yeah,
It's going on now. So please all go on to Goodbye and watch
Right,
it.
the show's coming out now. So you might have finished watching this, but now you've got the show Goodbye coming out with David Harper.
If I can find it.
Is that it?
Where? No, that's it, isn't it? Yes, that's it.
Right, it's going off private. Are you ready, people? It's 26 minutes late. It's going.
And thank you so much for joining in today and watching,
Yes.
and see you next week.
I'll see you all
Right,
next
it's on
week.
public now. It should be going on now.
We should be hopefully
Right,
here
it's
for
on.
Saturday.
It's on. Go watch it.
See you later.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Goodbye.
And
Thank you.
for commenting hash goodbye. And I'll see you all next week or through the week, really. But bye.
Bye.
Bye.